So let's preview. This time it sees me reviewing the Stoke versus Liverpool game, and the Stoke versus Liverpool game was the literal definition of a game of two halves. It was unbelievable. It was actually almost stressful and anger raising to try and watch it all the way through. But oh my god, like after that first half, I'm looking at this game thinking this is, wow, rage mode could actually come into effect. Because if the game was going to stay like that all the way through, and like with Stoke, I don't know what it was with the first half, but we were just abysmal. We started in a 3-5-2. I've got no problem with that, no problem whatsoever. If you've got the players for that formation, like any formation, then do it. Absolutely, no problem. Maybe don't throw it, into a game where you're going to be bringing youngsters into the team who some have maybe scapegoated a little bit, or it looks that way, with Woodburn and Alexander-Arnold being subbed at half-time and stuff like that. But I actually thought they didn't do too badly. I think Alexander-Arnold is so underrated. Well, I think not by Liverpool fans, but I think by pundits and such. So underrated with his deliveries from crosses and stuff like that as well. Most likely will be the definite replacement for Nathaniel Klein in a year or two, I would say, once he's grown into the team a bit more. But we were getting dominated. We were getting absolutely dominated. Now, you go to, it's technically a 3-5-2, but what was happening, it was ending up being more like a 5-3-2, because you had the wing-backs having to drop back into defence. Now, normally when we have four defenders, we sometimes look susceptible to, conceding goals and things like that. So at this point we had five defenders and we looked worse. Okay, we looked worse, and it was probably, maybe it is a combination of the fact that the formation had changed and stuff, and I did think that a formation change was going to come with, obviously, Mane being out, not being able to use Henderson and Lallana, Coutinho being able to be brought on in the second half only. We were going to be pushing our luck, and to be fair, massive credit has to go to Simon Mignolet right the way throughout that entire game. Has to, because yes, that first goal, there's not a lot that a goalkeeper can do. It's 50-50 if a goalkeeper can save that or not. But from that close range, that should have been taken care of by the defence and midfield. First of all, the build-up to that goal should not have been able to even happen. Shaqiri was on a mad one that day, though. He was really doing very well. I think it's his first game back or something after a long time. He was doing really well, and he was a constant threat all day. And it was ridiculous. Jonathan Walters, Everton fan, scores against us. What do you say? Stoke have been on a three-game losing streak. They come up against Liverpool, and I was fearful of it, that they were going to get in behind our shambolic defence. A header. It's a headed goal, and I said in the preview, what are we susceptible to? Set pieces, headers, crosses into the box. What happened? Cross into the box, header, 1-0. And we looked like an absolute shambles. We really, really did. I was very disappointed in Origi. I thought Origi would do a lot more. He didn't. He really, really didn't. Didn't take his opportunity up front. Yes, he was quite isolated. Admittedly, there wasn't a great deal of width in the game, because even though we were technically set up in a 3-5-2, we didn't have Mane and Coutinho in the team to be able to maybe provide that width, to use their trickery to get past Stoke's defence, which can be solid at times. We didn't have that, and he was a very isolated figure. So I was disappointed in Origi for his work rate a little bit. I thought that Woodburn actually worked harder. The fact that Woodburn then got took off along with Alexander-Arnold in the second half was a little bit, alright, that's a bit unfair in my opinion, but we were bringing on Coutinho and Firmino. And these two guys, what would we do without these guys? And Mane, we're finding out what we're doing without Mane, and we're not, we're struggling a little bit. But Coutinho and Firmino were just absolutely top draw when they came on. Whether, Firmino had been struggling with a little bit of a groin injury or something, or an injury of some sort. Coutinho had obviously been ill. He'd apparently lost 3 kilograms in weight over 3 days, which isn't very good from an athletic point of view. Not that I know. I know from watching and observing athletic competitions and stuff. But yeah, closest thing I get to athletic competition, but not even competition, training, is CrossFit. and I suck at a lot of that. Anyway, moving on. They were just, it was really, really good when they came on, and it was just such, it took a long time to still get into the game, and even though we brought them on, we were looking a bit fresher. It wasn't, something wasn't clicking. Something still wasn't clicking. They were providing trickery. We were having a lot more chances, a lot more possession and stuff like that. And then it went for the bold move. 68th minute, Daniel Sturridge comes on for Divock Origi, and I don't know what it is. I love Sturridge as a substitute. You can go back on a good couple of videos and have a look when I've said I'd rather Sturridge come on as a sub because he has more of an impact. And he did. I'm pretty damn sure it was Sturridge. He didn't get the assist on this goal, but he was the one that flew the ball across the ground. I think it might have even been an outside of the foot pass with his left foot into the box. I think he was looking for Emre Can. Emre Can was maybe trying to smash one. It comes off, it rebounds somehow, and Coutinho just bangs it straight into the bottom left-hand corner, and I'm like, wow, all right, cool. Then at least we've got to 1-1. We've still got 20 minutes to go in this game. We can still build and do a lot better, and hopefully move on forward, and maybe even get the win. Keep our defence nice and solid. What happens next is just, I literally jumped out of my seat. I punched the air. I was like proper giving it the old double fister, which sounds wrong, I do realise, but I was giving it the good old double fister right in the air so many times. I couldn't believe it. I actually couldn't believe it. I don't think I've seen a goal like that, and the comparisons have already been made. I'm not new to doing this, but I have not seen a goal like that since Luis Suarez. Wijnaldum, first of all, what a ball that was. What an inch-perfect ball that was. Firmino didn't even have to really look. It came down in front of him, and it was perfectly weighted. He slowed his run down. Stoke's defence looked very, very slow anyway, and just fired this little tiny looping ball into the back of the net. And I'm just looking at that, and it was 2 minutes after Coutinho's goal, and I'm just like, Brazilian magic has saved the day. But that goal, that goal was so important. That goal was so damn important, it really was. Because it just looked like we were going to do what we did at Bournemouth. And don't get me wrong, there were still some times after Firmino's goal where it was looking like we're going to throw this away. And then Mignolet. I don't understand. Mignolet encapsulated the spirit of Jersey Dudek. Just came back a little bit, and he made saves that nobody can explain. You know, not as good as Dudek in the Champions League, not as good as Dudek by any stretch of the imagination, but unbelievable. Massive, massive praise for Mignolet. For someone that I have slated a lot. I've slated Mignolet a lot, but he can come up good, and we're going to need that so badly. Last 6 games of the season, we're going to need that. We are really going to need that, because we could have slid so far after the Bournemouth game, and we didn't. We had to fight. We found maybe another way to win. There were a lot of changes. Klopp's getting a lot of criticism for changes that he made to the team. But when he's explained why he's had to make these changes, he's got injuries to Henderson, Lallana, Mane. 3 of our key players. 2 of them still yet to come back, Henderson and Lallana. Hopefully they're going to come back pretty soon. I hope that they do. We really need them. You got Sturridge, who's been out for a long time. Managed to get some time out of him today, and I'll be honest, I've criticised Sturridge a lot as well. His contribution that he did as a substitute was very, very good. Very, very good. He put that defence under pressure, but he connected play very, very well, and he was key to us getting the equaliser as well. So that can't be understated either. Coutinho and Firmino, you can't deny their quality, especially Coutinho. Well, I say especially both of them actually, because they've got different qualities. Firmino just looks like he is. I think there was a stat or something that he's been involved in about 16 goals for Liverpool, and the only person that's been involved in more is Mane at 18, and that's an unbelievable statistic. It really, really is. Firmino is absolutely key. Coutinho is absolutely key, definitely. They came on, they changed the game, and that's why I'm not criticising Klopp a great deal, because I thought, yes, it's good to get the young lads in like Woodburn and Alexander-Arnold, who are going to be the future of this club for hopefully many years, and keep developing and keep doing well. Because I don't think they did anything wrong today. I think they just needed to make a change to bring on players that are of a higher quality and were going to give us a bit more of an attacking threat than they could, but that's no disservice to those guys, and it did turn the game. Now obviously if we'd lost that game, people are going to criticise it as well, but I think due to the options that Klopp actually had to him, I think he did well with it, and to only go in at half-time at 1-0, I think he was afforded that chance to make those changes at half-time to affect the game. And even though it took about half an hour in, 25 minutes after half-time, the effects were made. Liverpool stay third, and let's just have a quick look at the table after today. I wanted to wait until the games were over today to do this video to see where everyone was, and pretty much it's exactly the same as it was, just the points have gone up higher. I think everybody in the top four has won. Chelsea, Tottenham, Man City, us. Well, we're third, so I should have done that the other way around. Man United won against Sunderland 3-0, but that was that was a shoo-in. That was definitely going to happen. Arsenal still yet to play, and Everton are now level on points with Arsenal after they won today as well. So, look, it's still tight. It's still very tight. Manchester United still have 2 games in hand on us. We are currently the only ones in the top 6 who have played 32 games. Everyone else has played either 29 or 30 or 31. Arsenal have still got 3 games in hand. I'm hoping they either pick up a draw or a loss tomorrow. We'll see. We'll just have to see what happens there. But quite happy with where we are right now. Quite happy. The performances haven't been good, but we've still picked up good points. And we can say that they're good points now because we won against Stoke, we did draw against Bournemouth, and we beat Everton as well. So, I mean, 7 points out of 9. I'll take that. I'll definitely take that all day long. What did you guys think of the performance, and what do you think of the game in general? Stoke fans, how do you feel? You're on a 4-game losing streak. Why do I want to keep saying winning streak? You're on a 4-game losing streak at the moment. How do you feel about the season? How's it gone so far? And where do you think you'll finish at the end of the season? Liverpool fans, can we keep doing this? Because we've got a tricky... I think we're up against... let me just have a look. I think we're up against West Brom next. And that's not going to be easy. That's not going to be an easy game either. You know, it's another stubborn team. Can we keep doing this without Mane? When do we get Henderson and Lallana back? If anyone can let me know that information in the comments below, that'd actually be awesome, because I haven't found anything that says when they're back. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you've enjoyed the video, please drop a like on the video if you could. Subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you ever so much for watching, as always, and I'll catch you later.